So there's 3 steps to solving algebra. Step 1, expand. Step 2, collect like terms. And step 3, inverse operations. So if we look at an example, 2 bracket x plus 1 bracket plus 4x equals 14. Now we have an unknown in this equation, and that is x. So what we need to do is, using the 3 steps provided prior, is to solve for x so that the equation on the left equals 14. Step 1, expand. Before we can do anything, we need to expand the brackets. As you can see, the 2 is in front of the brackets, so we need to multiply everything inside the brackets by 2. So 2 times x, which equals 2x, and 2 times 1, which equals 2. So what we are left with after expanding is 2x plus 2, which has come from expanding the brackets, plus 4x, which was already in the equation before, equals 14. After we have expanded the equation, we now need to move to step 2, which is collecting like terms. Now a like term is 2 terms that are the same. For example, if you had 2 bananas and 1 apple, these aren't like terms, but if you swap the apple for a banana, you can plus them together and you're left with 3 bananas. The same applies with algebra. In the equation we have 2x and plus 4x. Because these like terms are both positive values, we are able to plus the 2 together. However, if 4x was 4y, we wouldn't be able to collect the like terms as they are different. This means we are now left with 6x plus 2 equals 14. Don't worry, we still have one more step left to solve this equation. So step 3 is inverse operations, or opposite operations. As you can see, we have minus 2 from the left side of the equation. This is because the inverse operation of positive 2 or plus 2 is take 2. And whatever happens to the left side, you must, I repeat, must do to the right side. So this leaves you with 6x equals 12. Now we must do another inverse operation to get the x value by itself. The inverse of multiplying, because what we are left with is technically 6 times x, is divide. So we divide the left by 6 and the right by 6. The 2 6's cancel out, so we are left with x on the left. 6 goes into 12 2 times, so we are left with 2 on the right side. This means that x equals 2. Okay, let's look at another example which is a little bit harder. So we've got 3 bracket x take 1 bracket plus 2 bracket x plus 6 bracket equals 24. Let's quickly recap the 3 steps again. So step 1, expand. We need to expand the brackets so we can see only exactly what we are working with. Step 2, collecting like terms. We need to collect everything that is the same to make the equation more simplistic. And step 3, inverse operations. We need to isolate the x by itself to work out its value. If we go back to the equation now, on the first bracket, we know we need to times everything inside by 3. So we're left with 3x take 3. However, unlike the other problem, we have 2 sets of brackets. So we need to do the same thing again. We notice the 2 is outside the brackets, so everything inside needs to be multiplied by 2, which leaves us with 2x plus 12. And now our equation reads 3x take 3 plus 2x plus 12 equals 24. Now we've expanded the brackets, we can move on to collecting like terms. 3x and 2x are both positive values and are like terms, so we can add these 2 together, which equals 5x. Now minus 3 or negative 3 and positive 12 are like terms, so we can add them 2 together. So negative 3 plus 12 equals 9. So we are now left with 5x plus 9 equals 24. The last step now, we can take 9 from both sides as it is the inverse operation to positive 9. This leaves us with 5x equals 15. And then the inverse operation of times 5 is divide by 5. So we divide both sides by 5 and we are left with x equals 3, which is our final answer. An important rule when looking at basic algebra is to always do what you do to one side, you do to the other. And also to start with the furthest number from the unknown value, which in this case, the furthest number from the unknown value, which is x, is the 9.